Okay, so we're moving on to the sun in the 12th house within this series. This is for those of you who have this natally, that means it's in your birth chart. I as well am a 12th house sun person. Virgo is my zodiac sign in my 12th house, and the zodiac sign really does paint another characteristic and picture for your experience with the 12th house. And so today we're looking at the downfalls. My name is Tracy Leela with soul2soul.ca. I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, like the video, and please know that your engagement and your support on my channel really does help it to grow. And in my growth, I help reach other people who are in need of guidance within their healing journey. All right, if you would like to book a reading, please visit soul2soul.ca. Now, let's get started. The downfalls. There are three very important and major downfalls that we need to cover. I'm going to take my time with this one. Number one is the fact that a 12th house sun person experiences a level of loneliness that I don't believe anybody else would ever be able to understand. And I say that with 100% complete surety. Just being a 12th house person, being a spiritual medium, being open, expanded with all my spiritual senses as if I'm living in between both worlds, being a 12th house stellium, and living like this my entire life. The 12th house is the house of hidden things. And so this kind of ties into the second thing I wanted to talk about, but with it being the house of hidden things, that means that every single planet that is within the 12th house, there is an aspect of you that you're not seeing, that you don't even recognize about your own self, that you don't even understand about your own self. And so when we talk about the sun is about your soul's purpose here, your consciousness, your conscious habits, your spirit, your purpose. Like, what are you supposed to be doing in this lifetime? Who are you consciously? And if that is trapped in the 12th house, it's as if you don't even know your own self. And that's really hard to live with and try to grow with and try to understand. And again, the zodiac sign also will play a role in how that's played out for you in your lifetime. But with this comes a sense of not knowing yourself and being completely misunderstood by other people, because other people aren't really getting you either, right? You're not getting yourself, other people aren't getting you, and there's a whole bunch of confusion within that really kills your spirit and affects your soul. And so it creates this deep loneliness that's feeling within, like where you don't even, you've lost yourself. You know, where they have things where it's like you're down and out, you just gotta find yourself again. Like a 12th house sun person is constantly trying to find themselves because they don't even know their own selves. And this is gonna be, it may be a little bit hard for a person watching this to understand if you're not a 12th house sun. So this makes you very private. It makes you want to retract inward and needing solitude. And so with that creates an immense amount of loneliness because it's all about connecting with your own self and your self-healing and self-love and nurturing yourself and knowing yourself. And when you don't even know that inside, I mean, that's a huge battle to face. And so we also want to look at the downfalls of the sun, of where it stems from in terms of the early childhood. And the sun is represented by the father. So there's some daddy issues here with the 12th house sun, some major father issues. 12th house sun people did not have a healthy relationship with your father, or still do not have a healthy relationship with your father. I say did not because usually the father is missing. He either abandons you or he's emotionally missing in your life. There's some aspect where you're not close. He may be close in vicinity, in kilometers, in miles, but he's not close in presence. There's no connection. There's a lost connection with the Father. And this is creating a major wound for you within yourself, within your spirit, within your soul, that needs to be looked at, understood, processed, and work and accepted, right? You need to go through that healing, the shadow work. And if we don't do this, then we can easily fall into addiction. Most likely your father was an addict. Most likely he was an alcoholic. This is very common with 12th house sun people. The father usually is or was facing addiction. And also you, in some way, to be able to cope with that loss that you feel within, that loss that you feel within your own self, that you don't even know yourself, that loss that you feel within because that you weren't nurtured the way you were supposed to be nurtured as a child from your father. That confidence for your spirit, that confidence for your soul was missing as a child. And then you put the 12th house sun on top of it, where you kind of don't even know yourself. Well, how do you know yourself when that major aspect of your life as your father, who was supposed to be there, was missing? It's not easy as a 12th house sun. And I want you to know, if you are a 12th house sun person, that you're not alone, and that there is a way to rise above the pain that this causes. I just want to touch on a few hidden traits and secrets with a 12th house sun. Again, your personality is going to be secretive. It's going to be hidden. You personally are going to hide yourself away. And I feel like a lot of times it's because you don't even know yourself. So you're kind of retracting in, and you're careful at what you put out to people. It's secretive. You're misunderstood a lot. You don't even realize your own identity. People perceive you as mysterious, as kind of shy, but that's because you're kind of pulled back and reserved and misunderstood, because you don't even know what's going on within. And again, the zodiac sign is really gonna paint a different picture of how you experience that. Your spiritual nature is so intense and so deep and so connective and highly intuitive. Again, misunderstood of from other people, misunderstood because you're trying to figure out yourself. And in figuring out yourself, it's not only are you trying to figure out your character traits, your personality traits, but you're trying to figure out what's going on intuitively, what you're feeling intuitively, and trying to make sense of all of that is extremely hard. Now, why this is so hard for a 12th house sun is because the 12th house is an inversion to the first house. So that means that your physical self, who you are here physically in this world, is represented by the first house. It's everything to do about you. But if it's everything to do about you, and it's in aversion to the 12th house, and your sun is there, you literally are blinded to your own self. You can't even see yourself unless you look into your chart and you see a 12th house sun sitting there in your 12th house. And then you're like, holy fuck. That's why. My entire life, that is reflective of everything that I've been experiencing in my whole life. That is why. And this is the blessing of astrology. I will tell you straight before I end out this video that with having a 12th house stellium of Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mercury, I was lost, I would say, majority of part of my life. Completely lost, trying to figure out what's going on. And the moment that I became aware that I had a 12th house stellium, everything started to make sense. And then I could put the pieces together. I went into self-sabotage for a long time. Trust me, I had to go through a lot of healing and awakening to my 12th house. But I did it. And I am so blessed and so thankful because finally, as a 12th house sun person, and I'm saying this to you as a 12th house sun person, finally, you get an opportunity to discover exactly who you are. And although there are incredible curses that come with the 12th house, with the 12th house sun, you have incredible blessings that I encourage you to look into and to nurture and to take your time through your healing and allow it to blossom and flourish into whatever that is for you and your soul's purpose and calling. Until next time.